On this battlefield is every Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 Space Marine. They're currently positioned to defend a Death Tunnel Canyon, with tens of thousands of Cadian Imperial Guardsmen as well as Death Corps troopers ready to be cannon fodder in the very front of the canyon. But they will be fighting an overwhelming enemy. 10 million zombies that are going to be charging the Death Tunnel here and trying to wipe out every Space Marine Legion. Can the 10 million zombies manage to succeed in their quest of destruction, or will the Space Marines be able to hold out? If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. Now let's get into this thing. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Alright boyos, let's go ahead and press start right here, and this front portion of the battle is going to be the biggest clash of the day here, because we have the Imperial Guardsmen followed up by 450,000 Death Corps troopers charging through them with their shovels. You can see them going out there while the Imperial Guardsmen cover fire. It is going to take a little bit for these guys to weed through the Imperial Guardsmen, but getting to the front lines right there is their sole desire. Look at this. They're just going for it like a bead of nectar, baby. They want those zombie guts all over their shovels, and they should be able to get a serious amount of kills in doing so. Plus, the cover fire from the Imperial Guardsmen is going to tear apart these zombies. We're already at 150,000 dead zombies on the battlefield, if you can see at the top right, and 690 dead Death Corps troopers. So they are out killing the zombies by an incredible degree. Absolutely nuts. Now, this won't last forever. I have a feeling this front lines will eventually capitulate under 10 million zombies. I mean, that is a huge amount that they need to kill in order to win this battle. So I do think we will end up going farther back. Now, the farther back defenders are back here. We have a few tanks. We've got some salamanders over this way. Then in the middle here, we have some soul drinkers. Up on the edges of the Death Tunnel, we have some of the Legion of the Damned, another melee unit right there. Over here, we've got the Space Wolves. Way back here, we have the Blood Angels in a single fire line. They are ready to go out redcoat style, baby. And then all the way back here, if all else fails, we have the Ultramarines with a few Warhounds, some extremely powerful units, but if it's, you know, a million zombies versus them, maybe they get the win, but if it's like 5 million zombies versus them, it's gonna be some serious trouble for them. So these guys in the front need to get a serious amount of kills in order for a Warhammer Space Marine victory to actually be plausible here. Now, our Death Corps troopers are pushing back against the zombies quite nicely and building their own little front lines here. Look how deep they are into these zombies already. That is absolutely gorgeous. And they've got 500,000 kills on the zombies as well. Incredible. So the zombies are now down to about 9.5 million. That's insane numbers. That's insane work. Meanwhile, the Cadian Imperial Guardsmen shouldn't have taken any losses at this point. I highly doubt they have, as, you know, the Death Corps has kept those zombies at bay for the most part. Although the zombies did originally make it semi-close to them, just not quite close enough. Oh, look at this. They got real close over here, but no cigar. Either way, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps me out a ton. Use the hype function. I have no idea what it does, but hey, I guess if someone can explain what it does to me in the comments, that'd be awesome. Yeah, and check out my new book, Army Men, Blight of the Empire. Link in the description below. Available on Amazon in all countries. except maybe North Korea. But if you're in North Korea watching this video, I have many questions for you already. Either way, we're already up to 730,000 dead zombies on the battlefield. Over here, we have some of the military zombies and some of the runner zombies, a very deadly combo. So this section is actually not doing quite as well, and the zombies have almost made it up to the guardsmen over here. So this is actually a serious danger zone for the defenders. This is not very bueno at all. The other side is doing much better because over here I think we just have standard zombies for the most part. I know there's also laboratory CDC zombies on the battlefield, creature zombies, as well as a couple other variants of zombies. I do believe there's some of those CDC zombies out there. But there's 10 million of them, so they're spread out across this entire massive field. But this top left corner here, little bit intimidating. That is for sure, as some of these Imperial Acadian Guardsmen are already dead over this way. Not good. Not very nice. But simultaneously, we're at 930,000 deaths for the zombies. Almost a million already. Actually, over a million, because in the actual number remaining, we're at 8.9 million zombies remaining. And 458,000 defenders remaining. Pretty crazy numbers thus far on the battlefield. But why don't we go ahead and do our first time lapse of the battle and watch this corner, because you can see the front lines is right here, but then it also extends out this way where more Death Corps troopers are still holding that front line, but this corner has capitulated. So I think there will be a lot of changing going on in this time lapse right around this area, and I think it'll look pretty cool. So let's watch. Alright, our gap here has grown over just the last like 5 or so minutes. The zombies getting further and further in, and the front line here is shrinking as we are seeing it before our eyes. But we are at 8.3 million zombies remaining, which means about 1.7 million have died so far, and not a single Space Marine has seen combat. So I would say that's actually fairly good, and there's still a lot of Imperial Guardsmen left around these parts, especially over here, where this corner is still thriving. Look how many Death Corps troopers are keeping them from the guardsmen back there. This is a great little corner over this way. They're doing a fantastic job. The other corner is maybe recoverable to a slight degree, just maybe not a great degree, but the fact that they do have almost 2 million kills so far and not a single Space Marine, all the guys back there have seen combat, is pretty darn impressive. So I'm liking what we're seeing so far. Could be a little bit better, but overall not bad. Let's watch this time-lapse viewpoint here. Alright guys, about 15 minutes go by there, and actually the line shifts all the way down here very, very quickly. We do still have a ton of Death Corps troopers all over here, but they've pushed well beyond the range of the Acadian Imperial Guardsmen over here. Big mistake right there. Why are you going all the way out there? I know you've got the advantage on them, but you're about to lose it. You're going to get overwhelmed. And these guys back here are all alone now without their melee support. And you know what? They've got good fire rate. They've got good range. But it's not good enough because they are getting torn asunder by the fast and military zombies now. However, there is a silver lining. Oh, my cat is sneezing right next to me. Adorable. They have 7.5 million remaining zombies, meaning 2.5 million have died. That is actually really, really good numbers for the defenders. They've done a very good job at getting these kills. It's just a matter of if they can continue to get said kills. Now, we do have all our... Is there shots coming from up here? Where are those bullets coming from? Is it coming from these guys, really? No. What? Oh, that's my dog barking. Oh, it's coming from the Imperial Guardsmen over here firing at too high of an angle, so it's just firing out that way. I thought it was fire coming from the top of the mountain there, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. No, it's just the last breath of these troopers dying out over here. But those salamanders in the back hopefully can get a decent number of kills. It's going to be a little bit here before they start getting attacked, because now my dog is bjorking. These guys need to die out. So let's watch these guys die out and the Death Corps troopers behind them. One minute after and those guys are dead. So is anyone heading this way? Okay, maybe? Well, yeah, no, yep, they are. Look at that. We got the CDC zombies heading this way, plus military zombies heading this way as well. So the salamanders in the very middle. Salamanders are my favorite Space Marine Legion. They're just goated. They're going to have to defend against all these guys, but they do have some of their land cruiser tanks, and they do have the Soul Drunkers directly behind them, who I think will be in range, which will be good. The Death Corps troopers are still distracting a very solid number of zombies up here, so those guys, I mean, they're gonna die out almost guaranteed, but at least they might get a few more kills. Plus, they'll buy some more time for these guys to fight with a less dominant zombie wave, if you will. 2.3 million zombies currently remain, so another 200,000 died since we last really checked there. And there's that Space Marine fire. They have much higher velocity bullets. They're going to be able to get a lot more kills with their guns than the Imperial Acadian Guardsmen. The only thing is there's less of them firing out. But you can see they've got good burst fire going. They've also, again, got these tanks here, which they look like they're firing away pretty decently. Hopefully those explosions can cause some serious damage, but we will very quickly be able to start seeing if these guys are going to survive or not. This first wave of zombies is fairly minor because the rest of them are still dealing with those Death Corps troopers back there, but on the flanks around this part, we're going to see a lot more. There's kind of tiers to this death tunnel, so the upper tier is probably going to have a harder time than the lower tier because there's less troopers on these points. So it'll be interesting to see the differences there as well. Actually, are these guys about to get hit in the corner? It's always the corners that go first. Yeah, those zombies are going to reach them. There we go. The corners start getting attacked, and actually the full line is now just full-on getting attacked here. That's really, really bad. That is not good at all for the salamanders. Down below, we're still doing okay, but this top bit gets wiped out almost instantly by a very large zombie horde. The next group is going to be the Space Wolves back here, I believe. Yep. And hopefully they can do something. Down below is still doing fine for now, but these guys will come through and start attacking the Space Wolves, I think. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse for a little bit way overhead. Bird's eye view time, baby. There we go, boys. The zombies are now making it to the Space Wolves. The Salamanders in this mod are the weakest of all of the Warhammer 40k Space Marines in the game, so I'm hoping the Space Wolves can pull this off better. We do have the Salamanders over here, though, getting hit very, very hard. A lot of them dead. The tanks might not be enough to just slow down the zombies over there. Up here, they're still doing okay, but they're really just now starting to get hit hard. We do have the Soul Drinkers down below also helping out those Salamanders, which is good to see, but I think the Space Wolves are going to be able to hold for a bit because there's not too many zombies coming forward over here, so I guess this is a more interesting perspective. Alright, the Salamanders did not last long at all. They only ended up accounting for like another 200,000 kills for the defenders, so the zombies are now solidly at 7 million soldiers left. Soul Drinkers down below here seem to be doing a little bit better. The Space Wolves managed to survive that onslaught, but more will be coming. We do also have the Legion of the Damned over here getting involved now. They've got a pretty powerful melee strike, but it's still probably not going to be enough right now as there's just hordes of zombies coming in at them. Why don't we do another nice overhead here watching, but this is looking grim. Alright, defenders held out for about 10 minutes there, but now... Ugh. These boyos, the Blood Angels, are getting hit, and they just don't really have the numbers to defend, I'd say. The Legion of the Damned is still holding out pretty nicely, and they've built up a nice little body pile here, but it's probably not going to be enough. And the Soul Drinkers are actually doing great. They have not been hit very hard by the zombies, but the fact that the Blood Angels are back here means that those two units could now start getting flanked, which is never a good thing, so let's see what happens. This is actually pretty interesting. The Blood Angels managed to hold out, wiping out all of these zombies. No zombies are coming from over here because they're all redirecting down to the Soul Drinkers. And then, up this way, we've only got a few of these Legion of the Damned left alive, but they're holding out. Once they die, I'm worried about a flank over here or a flank into the Blood Angels. But surprisingly, this has actually resulted in a long holdout, and the Soul Drinkers are doing a great job of stopping a lot of zombies right now. We are looking at 6.1 million zombies remaining, so 4 million have died. These guys do defeat them, so they might either go for the Blood Angels or flank the Soul Drinkers. Could take them a little while to reroute, so let's see what happens. Oh, we're actually holding 5.8 million zombies remain, and 1,600 Space Marines remain. Blood Angels hold out here. Now the only zombies are attacking down mid here, and the Soul Drinkers are actually keeping them at bay for the time being. Not saying that that's going to last forever, but this is a fairly huge development here, and this could really, really help out. So let's watch. The Soul Drinkers end up going down. So now it's just the Blood Angels over here, and then the Warhounds and the Ultramarines to defend. 5.7 million Space Marines remaining. Yikes. The Soul Drinkers did so well for a little bit there, but ended up dying out. Well, there we go. The Blood Angels are pretty much dead. There's just a couple here that are holding out till the bitter end, baby. 5.6 million zombies remaining, so 4.4 million have died, and we have our final defense back here. 226 soldiers, 26 Warhounds here, and then 200 Ultramarines, so... let's see. Probably not going to end super well, but these are powerful units. It's going to take a while for the zombies to get up here, though. Okay, here we go. They're finally making it up to the Ultramarines now and the Warhounds, who do have explosive fire, so they might be able to actually hold out a little bit longer here. We shall see. I just don't know if they're going to have what it takes to kill 5.6 million zombies. That's a lot of zombies, but let's see. Well, the defenders are holding out here. They're doing a great job. With only 200 or so soldiers left, they're actually holding. Maybe we see a victory long term here if they can keep the enemy at this arm's length distance away from them. We're in it for the long haul, baby, so we will watch. 4.8 million zombies remaining, which means we're over the halfway point. 5.2 million have died. Only 211 defenders remain, but it is their strongest unit, so maybe they can make something happen. Let's check it out. Little 20-minute time lapse right there. We're at 3.7 million zombies remaining, and the defense is still going hot. I think the Warhounds are really helping with their added armor on the battlefield, and the firepower of the Ultramarines is just unparalleled with that explosive machine gun fire. Insane. 195 of them remaining, so like a good 30, I think, of them have died on the battlefield, so they are losing some soldiers. My cat just dumped something on the ground, but it's not horrendous. They're doing quite well, so let's keep watching. Oh man, it's been 45 minutes and all of the Ultramarines are now dead. Only oh no, 240,000 zombies remain. That's it. Oh my god. 9.5 or 9.75 million kills from the Space Marines. We've only got 10 Warhounds left, but they're holding out, baby, against the zombies. They might actually be able to do this. This is insane. Let's watch. Hot dang, son, what a close battle! Only 8 of these Warhounds remain. Multiple died. And 7 zombies remain, who I'm guessing are glitched somewhere. But the Space Marines pull this off at the bitter end with 8 remaining Warhounds. That's crazy, dude! Whew, my goodness. Well, guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.